Hello, everyone, and welcome to a construction edition of the Next Gen Nation podcast.
Yeah, we have construction outside the building this week.
I'm going to record that jackhammer noise and use that like with every intro for the podcast. Us going
So, I'm your host, Dominique.
I'm your other host, Joe.
I'm Timothy.
Hanging out, as usual. This week we're going to talk about some Kickstarter stuff like Ukulele and Bloodstained, and we're also going to talk about some news like Witcher coming out. I'm excited. I know you guys aren't excited, but...
What? I'm very excited.
Well, you're excited. I don't know if you're waiting.
I'm slightly enthralled.
You're enthralled. You're interested. It's like a half. It's a halfie.
I got to go through and play the other Witchers
halfway
first.
erect.
Oh, you haven't?
I have them on Steam.
Everyone does.
I can't... Sure. Yeah, everybody.
I mean, that doesn't mean they played them, but you catch them on sale and you buy them because you know. You know.
Yeah, I can't run those at all.
I can.
My computer's terrible.
It's
So
unfortunate.
is it bad that I'm genuinely worried about being able to play Overwatch?
Oh, you're gonna have
Get
so
a new
many
laptop.
problems.
I'm probably gonna end up getting.
Yeah,
one.
you're gonna
I'll
have
send you some
problems.
stuff.
I'm gonna probably end up getting a new one.
Yeah, I'll send you some stuff.
Send me some stuff. Oh, like sales and shit. Okay, I'll look into it.
Cool.
Okay, well, so have you guys seen any of the footage for The Witcher 3 at all, and like seen any of the reviews?
I saw
Yes.
some of the footage.
I
It
saw the
looks pretty good.
footage. They're
So far, it's revealing well from like people from outlets with like preview copies.
but there is obviously they're not going to be as high quality. Did you see that article on it?
What was this now?
That the you know, the quality that you've seen for all the trailers and stuff. They're
Well, that's all
they're gonna
PC.
get no. Even PC's getting a downgrade. Everything's getting a downgrade from what you've seen. It's not going to look like that.
Really? Why is that?
It's basically the same thing that happened with Watch Dogs and
Dogs.
stuff. It's just that all over again.
To be fair, though,
They advertised really good graphics, blah, blah, blah. And when they were asked, is it going to get worse, they actually lied the first time and said, oh, no, this is how it's going to look on release.
well, to be
And then earlier this week, it was confirmed, like, oh, yeah, we're gonna kill some of this quality.
like to
Yeah.
be fair, like I give The Witcher more of a pass because they're actually putting real effort into like everything else.
No, yeah.
Whereas like
It's not gonna
Watch
be-
Dogs was actually kind of just generic garbage.
No, yeah, it's not going to be as damaging because it's still a fantastic game.
Yeah,
it's shaping up to be great.
Yeah, that's the difference. Like it could look worse and still be a good game.
The
due to
thing
the quality they're
I
at.
actually heard about it that was most accurate to how I feel was like, oh man, I haven't been this excited for a game since like Oblivion was coming out.
Yeah, no, that's where a lot of people are
It's
on
like
it.
that level of
The
excitement.
scope of the world, like
Yeah.
the world's gigantic. So like
yeah.
actually gigantic.
Did you see the video where they showed the entire length of the map?
Oh, did they? Did like they run across it
Yeah.
or something? How long did it take them?
It's it's long, pretty long.
Yeah.
So there's definitely going to be a lot to do in that game, and I mean it's The Witcher. Witcher has not failed me yet, so I have no worries about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of news lately about like Kickstarter. Like Kickstarter's picking up a little bit again. Been some bad news. Like Double Fine came out with Broken Age Act 2. That was a little rough, apparently. Critically, it's not doing great. A lot of people are saying the finale is a little weak, and a lot of the puzzles were a little bit too obtuse. And not in like a cool adventure way. Like basically, like the way to think of it is this: when you solve a puzzle in a good adventure game, you get to that ending and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Whereas these are more, oh, that's dumb.
Right.
Like that doesn't seem, that's a contrived way to solve this or whatever. And so, the first half of the game's very good, but apparently the second half is a little rough. That's like the only disappointment, I would say. Like a lot of people were very excited about Broken Age, and they even had to get funding to finish the Act 2, they had to release Act 1 as like a standalone, but it's like, you know, it happens. It's so cool that they actually got to do the project itself, I think. Other Kickstarter news, Ukulele.
Yeah, Ukulele from the creators of Banjo-Kazooie. How long has it? It hasn't actually been that long since they announced that they were doing this on Kickstarter.
Yeah, no, it's
But
so pretty recent.
they are officially the highest grossing little Kickstarter campaign in the UK.
Where are
like-
they at right now?
I don't even know, but it's massive. They're well beyond what they need.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think
Well
I
beyond.
think there's a
But I mean,
desire for the game.
everyone's been waiting for like a legitimate Banjo-Kazooie return, and while we're not getting Banjo-Kazooie themselves, we're getting Ukulele. which is
Yeah.
I like that they stuck with the instrumental name.
Yeah.
What do you think of the? Have you seen Ukulele, like the
Yeah.
character designs? What do you
Yeah.
think of them? It's like a little lizard and a little bat.
A
Yeah.
little plain compared to Banjo and Kazooie, but it's still
Do they need clothes?
they need clothes.
You want a cowboy hat on the bat?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat on the back.
Specifically a cowboy hat. Like
I
a
can
little cowboy
actually
hat.
get behind that.
Did you see Trouser Snake?
Yeah, I've seen Travis. Yeah. That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Like that's what that's what they need. They need like a little bit of a funny push to them.
Yeah.
To make them better.
Yeah, because at the moment, as it stands, they're a little bit boring.
I think they're probably going to hear that a little bit. Like, I mean, it's so easy for like a studio to like kind of internalize, and they're like, "Oh, this design's great," and then you hear from a lot of people like, "Oh, this design might need a couple more iterations on it to like kind of flesh it out a bit." I mean, so far from what they've shown of like that preview build and stuff, I mean, it's the guys that worked on Banjo-Kazooie,
Yeah.
like the guys from Rare that left because they're like, this isn't what we signed up for. So, I mean, no, it's cool.
Good
It's
for
really
them.
cool.
Good for them.
Good for them.
for them.
A good story to hear.
Good on you, Mike.
Good on you, mate. And another turn of events of companies, people kind of getting back at their company. Koji Igarashi, I believe is his first name. The director and the like scenario designer for like Symphony of the Night and like kind of Up in the Castlevania series went on Kickstarter, and like he's been pushing it on social media and stuff, calling it Igavania. It's bloodstained. Something of the night, Ritual of the Night. There we go. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is basically it's a successor to Castlevania games. It's I believe it's going to be 2.5D from what they're saying. Like I think it's maybe like layered or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. Their campaign got funded within like 4 or 5 hours. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was really fast.
Yeah,
So
there's
I
a
don't know
lot
what
of backers.
exactly they are at. I believe we're covering it in the news, but I don't know.
But I mean, with a
what
Kickstarter
the
like
number is.
that, you're gonna get people hyped.
Well,
That was
yeah.
a great video.
It was.
the video's really good, and basically, like apparently the Kickstarter was like kind of like a proof of concept, basically, like no, proof of interest.
Yeah.
It was like they would need to know that people want this game, but like they already have people backing them.
Well, it's like
and
so you have these backers, and then you have like actual investors that just wanted to see the backers exist.
So like we just want to make sure people are gonna buy it. We have no doubt in what you can do with this game. We just want to make sure people want it.
It's
And
also it's also the first. I believe it's the first Kickstarter game where like you're getting like an official box. In terms of like, you can get the PS4 box, you get the Xbox One box, like it's like that's gonna be a thing. Like so you could have the official box.
That's
for
gonna be
it.
cool.
It's not just gonna be digital, which I like a lot.
That's pretty cool. I
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, I thought that. I'm glad Kickstarter's still going strong. I'm glad that people are being smarter on Kickstarter now, because I was really worried like when it first. This is me. I was worried when it first came out that people were kind of just throwing money at a lot of things and then expecting the world.
Yeah.
I think their expectations as investors are becoming more realistic, and they kind of get where investors are coming from a bit more now.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like, oh, I throw money at this game, it's going to turn out exactly how he promises it. Nothing will go wrong. It's going to be great, and I'll get my money back. You know, like this is a perfect world that doesn't exist.
You know, they've been smarter and they're being a lot more honest about it. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the Kickstarters I've seen now, they have goals like, okay, if we make this much, we can do this for you.
Well, that's the milestone system. That's been around for a while.
But I mean, they've been
Flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, I'm actually starting to believe it now because they're like, okay, if we make this much, we can do Steam, blah, blah, blah. But if we make this much, we can have the console releases right with it. If we make this much, we can even throw in some extra DLC, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if you ever heard, you know about like Molyneux, right? And like all his business with like kickstarting shit and like Indiegogo and whatever, all that stuff. We're just, it's baloney.
Yeah.
It was like a ton of baloney.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people are becoming smarter. Even if it took one of those, hey, I'd rather it happen, and people like can kind of see like these projects can just fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really badly.
Now people are like, you see this guy? Don't be like him.
Don't be like him. And everyone's trying to be honest and like promoting, like it promotes experience in the game.
Kickstarter's making a much better leap now. Like a lot of people are being better people on
Being better
Kickstarter
people.
now.
A lot of people are being better people.
They believe in it.
Yeah,
now.
it's going in a better
I
direction.
definitely
You
didn't
did tell
believe
me
in it
about
when I
that
first
sad
saw it.
story about the guy, about that the game, right? The game that was like.
Oh no, yeah, I was telling you about that.
Okay, yeah,
earlier.
you were saying that
Yeah.
like the game where it was like $7,000.
I wish I
under their
remember.
goal.
I wish I remember the name, but it plays a lot like It basically looked like a Gallagher, you know, like the PS3,
Yeah,
that
shmup.
type of
The shmup.
shmups, yeah. But it was one of those, and it actually looked pretty good, but they were 7K short, and some anonymous donor did like the full 7K, and it went through and everything, and like there was a bunch of Twitter messages like, "Oh my God, who is this guy? We love you, thank you so much, blah blah blah. We can get started now, blah blah blah."
And
then roughly half an hour before it was like shut down for the timer, because all the Kickstarters are on like a time. You have
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
this much
30
amount of
it's
time
like 32 days from the second
to
you
make
started.
the goal that you set, and if you don't, all the money gets refunded and the whole thing is canceled,
Yeah.
you know, because it didn't work.
Yeah.
But this guy, 30 minutes before the timer ran out, took all his money back, the whole 7K. And
That's
there
kind
was
of
just
unfortunate.
there was like no
Honestly,
time
it's a little
for
disappointing.
yeah, there was like no time for
I'm
anyone
surprised that they
to.
didn't get like a little bit over, like 10,000 over or something. That's actually pretty surprising.
No, it really stopped at like 7K. Like, if that guy had stuck with it, it would have gone through. But if it hadn't, I don't think they were gonna make it to begin with.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But yeah,
whatever.
it was
this project-
already.
I'm not saying like every project is like super successful story,
No,
but
like,
usually if you
this one
meet
was
your
on the
goal, you
cusp.
go over by a little bit too.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one was on the cusp. Like, if it was gonna make it, it was gonna be the exact amount. But this guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you, psych." And then you just see the Twitter messages afterwards,
People
and
are
you can
mean.
just tell they were just like defeated. That was just the most destructive thing you could ever do.
Like,
to
what do you
someone,
say
like,
to that? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we thought like we had it, and then humanity proved us wrong.
Yeah.
People are dicks.
Like these construction workers.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think they heard us.
They
Now-
heard us.
now
okay,
they're gonna-
good.
They're gonna get right at the door now.
They're actually just moving closer to us.
Beyond Kickstarter, there was The Witcher. Witcher's coming out. Oh no, we talked about Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what else is there? We want to talk about Witcher. We want
Honestly,
to talk about Kickstarter.
That's been about it for me this week. I've just seen a lot of Kickstarter news, but not so much for gaming.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Everyone's
a lot.
getting hyped for E3.
Yeah,
but
it's that pre-E3.
Nothing.
Everyone's holding back their stories.
Yeah.
Everyone's waiting to E3 to like kind of blow everything out.
everyone's talking about past experiences and hoping for something, you know.
Whatever that means.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do an E3 episode next week once we all have a chance to kind of think of our like what we want from E3, and then we'll have a chance to like kind of preview what's gonna be there already. So yeah, we'll probably do that next week. But
What have we been playing and stuff though?
Timothy, what have you been playing and or watching this week?
This has been another really uneventful week, honestly. I mean, I was helping you out with Bloodborne that time.
We're still on that grind.
Yeah.
I remade a character, and Timothy
A
was
wrong character.
I remade the wrong character.
He wanted to
what
use the
happened this time?
blood sword, and he named his character Mirai.
Mirai.
He went with the wrong build.
You told me about that.
I picked the wrong character. I made it a strength
Joe.
character, and it needed to be a dex
Yeah.
character.
You said you
And-
already had a character that could do that, but
Yeah, his
But
original
it's not
character couldn't
named
do it.
Mirai. It's literally like a blood samurai sword. It's like
Yeah.
Poor Joe. So you had to start over again?
no, I'm keeping that character.
just-
he's
oh,
keeping
I'll
the
just
character.
I'll just make Mirai the second. That's how
Oh my god.
That's how it's gonna go from now
On
on.
the bright
Mirai the
side, he's
blank.
having fun with that character.
Mirai the blank.
I did jump into one of the chalice dungeons finally.
Oh, did ya?
It
What'd
was
you think?
Super easy.
Well, I mean, there's like a weird difficulty curve
Yeah.
on them, where like they're really, really, really easy until they're not,
Yeah.
which is like really late. It's like later in the game.
Yeah. The one that I went into, like I finished it in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's really easy. But other than that, what have I been doing?
Have you watched anything lately?
Have I watched anything?
You're
I was
watching
talking.
Epo.
I picked
I was
up.
watching Epo last night.
Oh, that's
just
right.
because it's old doesn't mean
Yeah.
you can't
You
talk
sent that
about it.
message.
Yeah, but I was talking to you earlier in the week about me finishing Daredevil finally.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I did finish Daredevil.
Have you watched Daredevil yet?
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watched it. I almost gave you a live Twitter feed about it when I was watching it.
Well, it wasn't already done by that point. I've watched it the first week.
Yeah, you were already done.
Yeah, so like,
So I watched it like the weekend after you finished.
how about we have people skip ahead like 3 minutes if they don't want to hear Daredevil spoilers? Is that cool?
3 minutes?
We do this like
Can we
every
condense it in 3
episode.
minutes?
3 minutes is fine.
Okay.
all right.
So you got 3 minutes to talk about Daredevil. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Kingpin is great.
Kingpin's great.
Yes.
He's probably my favorite character in the entire show.
Where is he in like your MCU ranking? Because there's part of the MCU. He's pretty high up there for me.
Yeah, he's pretty high.
D'Onofrio's a good, like in my opinion, D'Onofrio is just like a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foggy was also really good.
Foggy was great.
Yeah, like he's not like that traditional sidekick guy.
Didn't you say like you were not sure about him, and then he kind of did he grow on you?
He grew
Is that
on
what
me.
happened?
He grew on me.
He grew on me.
He does that all. I think that's like how they built him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like, he grows
definitely.
on
That's
you.
definitely. You can tell that's what he was supposed to do because when you first see him, he's like, oh, okay, whatever.
He's kind of like he's kind of goofy, but you
then-
don't know how funny like
yeah,
or like cool he is.
He really stepped up
yeah.
towards the end.
Plus, like honestly, like the show had a lot of like range in terms of like what all those characters went through.
Yeah.
So like you got to see him like really sad and
Yeah.
like you're like.
Yeah, I think that's what did it right there.
It
You
humanized
see
him.
him.
A bit. He wasn't just the.
He's not always ha ha ha. He's
Yeah.
like, wow, dude, all this time. All this time.
Yeah, but I think out of all of it, my favorite episode was probably episode 7, learning Kingpin's past and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
really,
that's
really
good.
good
That was
episode.
actually,
Still my
that's what I'm
favorite.
saying. Like D'Onofrio,
Yeah.
like that kid did a good job.
Oh, yeah, that kid was great.
I don't know. I should know the actor's name for his dad, but he did an amazing job.
I know who he is,
as,
I
like,
don't
a
know the name.
terrible, As a terrible person.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Black Sky is a new thing, right?
Black Sky is a thing.
Was it?
It's not new. It's a reference to a thing.
Is it?
It is a reference to
I don't
a
know what
thing.
it's a reference to, though.
Don't worry about it. They put those in for like people like
Kirsten
me.
can vouch.
They put those in for people like me that like I believe if I remember correctly, because also what's her name is just straight up an alien from what they've said, from like what they've alluded to. The old Chinese lady.
Oh, okay.
She's straight up an alien.
Oh, okay.
So you might have missed that. They mentioned he's like
Oh, yeah.
talks about she's like how he lives like somebody like lives up like a land far away. And she's like hers is like really far away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's-
She was interesting because like personality-wise, she acted like a nice Chinese lady, but she's
terrible person.
yeah,
They're all terrible.
a terrible person.
This is my one crush. I think we're kind of out of spoilers now. Do you think Daredevil will make it to the movies?
No,
You don't think he's gonna? Do you think they're gonna keep him totally separate?
I think so.
You think so? I wouldn't. The only one I would mind seeing him, like I wouldn't mind seeing him in. I would actually want him in there is Civil War, but he's not gonna get in Civil War. There's no way.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they sneak him in. They
No, like
decide
I could
not to.
see him in there, but I
He
just
should.
don't
He
think.
should be
Yeah.
in Civil War, but I think he's still too ground level. Whereas like a lot of the other characters they built up.
Yeah, he's too normal compared to the others.
Yeah, it's like because
he's
he
too
has
grounded.
powers,
Yeah,
but they're not
it's,
like.
It's just
Yeah.
he can hear really well and like has really
No,
fast.
he's-
No,
He's
he
got other
He
powers.
has legit powers.
He's got other powers.
Right.
Like he can smell. Like
Yeah.
his senses are super powerful.
Yeah.
Timothy's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
all right.
He can hear good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
good,
so-
good.
Oh, he can smell.
So normal blind
What am I
person.
cooking?
No, normal blind people can't do that. I wish that'd be awesome.
But
I'd
like
go
like
blind.
even like fighting against like normal people, like he gets beat up. hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like a lot of the people he
Well,
fights are like specially
These
trained.
are like, yeah, this isn't
street thugs.
DC street thug dudes. These are like,
Yeah.
you saw what they were
They're like,
doing.
No, but like still,
He fought a ninja.
still.
He fought a ninja, Timothy.
If this was like the other Marvel characters, they wouldn't have been
Ninja.
touched.
I feel like he would. No,
No,
well,
yeah.
if you put like Black Widow or Hawkeye in that situation, like they're normal too.
Yeah.
They're more
No,
normal.
yeah, I mean, Hawkeye and Black Widow
Hawkeye
could stand a
aims
chance.
good.
But Hawkeye has like the special
Hawkeye
arrows.
aims really good.
Hawkeye
He can
aims
blow up a building with an arrow.
Coming from someone who loves Hawkeye.
Honestly, if you gave Daredevil some little balls of bombs, he'd just be
he's got his
Daredevil.
dumb. He's got his dumb wire thing now. So he's got
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he got his.
He's got it at the end of
He
the-
got his gear now.
He's got his
Like,
gear at the end of the season.
end of the episode, the last
Me and Joe
episode.
were talking about like his
It's
design.
like he doesn't like. It's accurate enough. He does not like how the mask covers that. Because that's like the original mask. It looks
Yeah,
like
like
that.
I
He just doesn't like
appreciate that they're going
Oh.
for like the original outfit. He just doesn't look good in it because of his
He doesn't like the
face.
chin. He doesn't
The
like the
chin.
chin.
Why not?
The chin.
I like the chin.
His chin's a little small.
See, like we were, and then we got talking about Ben Affleck and how he has like the perfect Batman chin.
He does.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, you know
He
when
does,
they have
yeah.
like that perfect chin.
Like I love him.
Like I'm excited for him to be Batman.
Do you think that's
but
like
I'm just-
the, like part of the audition process? Is like before, like when they come in, the first thing they do is like cut you like your face.
They have like a little ruler like with like the little
and
things.
you
It's
just
like
see the
all right.
chin.
No, they just have a little Photoshop thing where it's like, how does it fit to the Batman mask?
Yeah.
And he's like, perfect.
Perfect. Looks like Batman.
Can you ask me if I bleed? We want him.
It's good.
But yeah, like other than that, like I think the outfit's fine because it's just regular Daredevil outfit.
Yeah, it's just like a little armored up, and
Yeah.
that was about it.
Yeah.
I actually like the outfit. I think it needs more red. That was the only
yeah.
problem I had with it. Is it needs more red. It's
No,
not that
I know.
red.
No, I know what you mean, but I'm still trying to figure out
He's too
if,
close
like-
to Batman, in my opinion. In terms
Like-
of his aesthetic.
because it was really, honestly, the whole thing was like in the dark. But I'm still trying to wonder. I mean, that whole. Let's be real.
It's
That whole
pretty-
ending was Batman-esque.
It's, no, but a lot of those poses he does and like jumping off it, that was Daredevil poses.
No, he did a bunch of Daredevil poses, but that Kingpin fight.
Like where he like
Like I told
all
you.
those like I'm holding my thing this way. It's
Yeah.
like that's all Daredevil.
I told you during that Kingpin fight, like I could feel the bat signal in the
Oh
sky.
yeah. I remember you said that.
Oh.
I love that they did get to like have like a little physical confrontation that was just cut off from everything else.
Yeah.
It was just Kingpin. Like
that was
obviously
a-
you knew he was gonna get his butt kicked. You knew Kingpin was gonna get his butt kicked. but-
Eventually, but they made it realistic. Like, big dude.
Big
should-
dude.
should
Well, you
get some
see-
hits in. Like,
Well, I mean, at some point, at one point, he gets like, and like he's fine.
Yeah.
He's relatively fine. He just kind of
Yeah.
shrugged it off.
Notice Kingpin waddles a lot when he fights.
He's an angry man. He's
a
got angry
brute.
waddle.
Like he just stiffens up his legs and just like doesn't
not-
bend his knees.
he's not going
sometimes.
for finesse. He's going for
No, he just
smash,
got raw
smash,
power.
smash.
That's how he wins.
No, like it's fun to watch. I just find it really funny.
I think my favorite, like Kingpin thing that he does, and I was so happy they actually had it. It was where he does like the
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
grab. That's like an iconic Kingpin thing, where like he'll literally just win by just
Yeah.
crushing your
Yeah.
head. I'm like, oh, it's so cool that they got that.
He
Anyways.
orgasmed one time.
What's in there? We got it.
But
Well,
yeah.
anyways, Daredevil. Yeah. If any of you guys haven't watched it, you really should.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I think that's about it for now. Like
For
for me.
Yeah. I'm watching it.
I stopped playing Monster Hunter this week. Like,
What?
I don't even know what happened. I just
quit.
Well, I didn't quit. I just stopped playing.
Oh my
But,
god.
What was I doing?
Oh,
I saw
no.
the I saw the Guild Wars 2 reveal for the Necro advanced class. And
Oh,
I
there
was
you go.
like, you know what? Let me drop this other character and immediately get on a Necro because I saw I saw the class that I've been looking for, and I didn't see it in the game. And that's because they didn't have it. And for some reason they gave it to a class that should be more ranged than melee. But looking at this advanced class, it's definitely like right in your face.
How is it like a?
It's necromancers. When you think of necromancers, you
I
think
think
of
of like
Rising
them
from
summoning
raising the
things.
dead,
Yeah.
doing a bunch of ghoulish, life-draining stuff, and that's basically what it plays like up until max
Gul'dan.
level.
I just think of Gul'dan.
But once you get the advanced class, it turns into a reaper, and the reaper wields a great sword that. In the game, you can cover it up to turn it. It looks like a scythe. You can make it look like a scythe if you want. But now he's like melee in your face. I'm just gonna crush everything and take lives with my death aura because I'm the Grim Reaper.
Be a
now.
little louder, brother.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
As he lowers his voice.
This is loud enough.
This is good.
Okay, let's do the whole podcast like this.
Okay. This is gonna pick up.
Especially with all this construction.
Yeah, that's part of why I was saying it.
No, yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for the Reaper advanced class. So I'm
Cool.
now working on a Necro to get ready for that.
And then there's the expansion coming out.
Yeah, that's what the advanced
yeah.
class is
Okay,
going to be
okay.
for the Heart of Thorns. Yes, I said that right.
Yep.
Yeah. Heart of Thorns.
Because I always get confused with thorns or thrones.
That sounds like
Game
a
of
very
Thrones.
hard of Thrones.
But yeah, the Heart of Thorns expansion took them years, but they finally got one going.
Cool.
And it's actually,
That's what happens when you don't have a subscription model.
yeah, they can take their
Straight
time.
up.
Yeah.
But you know, it looks like they're actually working on something. They're actually putting thought and time into it. So I'm glad for that. It's going to bring a lot of people back, and you know, you buy the game, you have it forever. So they're just gonna, you'll just see a lot of more populated areas. That's
How much
just
does the expansion cost? Is it gonna be $14.99?
I don't know how much the expansion is going to be, honestly. I just haven't looked at the price.
Oh, I didn't know if they'd released that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be around, because I know they've been doing pre-order, so I'm pretty sure it's
I
out
just
there.
know that's
I just
how
haven't
much
looked.
expansions usually are as well.
Really?
I mean,
Well,
for a lot of
we're
stuff.
not they're not Blizzard, so yeah, it probably will be that. Blizzard's expansions are like 50 starting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Mr. Pandaria was like $49.99.
Oh, but that doesn't sound worth it at all.
Deluxe edition was like 80 something.
That doesn't sound worth it at all.
And then the same thing for Warlords of
talking.
Draenor.
Why would they do that if they're like
Then Wrath of the Lich
subscription-based
King,
also?
because they're Blizzard and they can afford gold font. What do you think?
It's like you're already like paying monthly for this thing, and then like you got to pay more for
But I
expansions
mean, well,
of
I
the game.
mean, if you look at Final Fantasy XIV, Heaven's Ward is also on the expensive side.
How much is it?
I believe it's 40 or 50 for their new expansion.
I was honestly just thinking about like DLC.
But then
for,
their
like,
collector's
AAAs.
their collector's edition is going to be 130, something like that. But I mean, it's a
I've seen
it's a
that.
Square Enix
I've
collector's
seen that
edition,
one, where
so
it's
you're
got, like,
getting
the dragon figure. And
yeah,
stuff,
you're
and
getting
that one was
you're
cool.
getting figurines and a bunch of exclusive
want
stuff that's
that.
going to be worth
You gotta play
monies.
Final Fantasy 14 and then get the
You gotta-
expansion
but you
pack.
got to play the MMO.
Don't do that.
You got to play the
I don't
MMO.
want to lose you to that.
I'm gonna be like holed up in my room for a long time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see me for a while.
You mean like now,
That's what it'd be.
but with
That's
playing
exactly
Final
what it'd be.
Fantasy. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, been playing that. I actually consider getting back into League of Legends,
Sorry.
so I might do
I'm
that.
kidding. That's
I,
mean.
I
That's
might,
mean.
I
That
might
was
do that. No, it really is the right. It's the right response.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's like battered wife syndrome.
It can
What
be.
is that?
That song, where like.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying to do that. Okay, I don't want to. Anyways, stop. I felt like it's like battered wife syndrome when you go back to like any game that's like super competitive that you know you're gonna get yelled at.
No. We'll see.
No
my-
matter how good you are.
Speaking of
No,
competitive
well, see,
games,
my thing was I played with friends, so I didn't really play by myself to get battered and bruised.
Oh yeah. See,
But then when friends get busy, I'm like, I don't want to do this shit.
yeah, you don't want to play with them. You don't
But
play
I was
with
like, you know what? I
randoms.
haven't played in a long time. I think I'm gonna see what I've been missing, because I missed almost like a whole season. Like this season's gonna end in fall, so it's been a while. I told you, squeaky crane.
you need to oil that thing
Needs
up.
some oil, yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna check that out this weekend, because I think they finally balanced this new season. So it's not like, because from what my friends have been telling me, it's like been very heavy on tank fighters, tank
okay.
champions. But I think they finally nerfed that jungle item. And I'm a jungler, so I won't be stuck to just playing tanks all the time.
He's just saying words to me. I'm happy to
You-
listen.
you don't
but
know?
You're just saying. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, okay.
Generally. But
Okay,
yes.
but yeah. Jungle is the one that's not in the lane,
I just play Fiora.
and they help everyone
I just
else.
play Fiora and
okay.
I don't even play.
But yeah, I'm gonna check that out over the weekend and see how I feel. And if I'm glad to be back, then I'll probably be back. If not, I'll just act like it never happened.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Well, Joe, you played.
But
You played Rocket League last night.
yeah,
gosh. Yeah.
I've been hyping this up for
Yeah.
for a couple weeks now.
Dominique showed me that there was actually a link to getting a beta key, and
For the console version.
yeah, for the PS4
Yeah.
version, which I'm super happy. They're gonna push that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
It's
actually
gonna,
gonna push it. It's
gonna
help
come out
platinum and everything.
with Steam. It's gonna be just as cheap. All DLC for both games are just gonna be free.
yeah, it's
like-
like actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Great.
So Rocket League, I got to play a little bit of the beta. I know you downloaded it. We're probably
Yeah.
gonna play tonight, honestly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe if you're worthy enough.
Ooh.
But this game is
I don't
like
know. Joe's been working on his tech
my
already.
Oh man.
5
I
minutes
was like
in.
reading that conversation. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm taking this
I was
too
like, oh, Joe's no
seriously.
fun.
No, but you'll see. No, it's just, but it's super. It was actually super fun. I was saying that because like it's otherwise this conversation is this game has RC cars. This game has a giant ball. RC cars explode. There's goals on either
That's
side.
all you need to know.
It's basically
That's all that matters.
It's soccer with RC cars that can drive up like in like force field walls.
Yeah.
That can jump. It's like this game is great and it works super intuitive. It's like the control scheme is just like left stick, right stick, R2, L2, circle, and circle's NOS, and then X is jump. So it's like it's not bad at all, and you just control yourself in the air. It's awesome. It's just cool. It was just soccer. It was just soccer with explosions.
It's really good soccer. It really is.
I think my favorite part of it is like at the beginning of after a goal or at the beginning of the match, the ball's in the middle, and you all just drive towards it. And what can happen sometimes is like somebody will jump and the ball will go away, but the cars are still coming at each other, so it's just they just all blow up, and it's just a giant explosion in the middle.
I can't wait for this to become a real life thing.
Oh yeah, that's safe.
I would buy tickets
I'd
to
buy
those.
tickets.
Bless you, Junwei.
But yeah, it's like really cool, very simple design, but like it works really, really well. I like that there's like crowd atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like the crowd gets super hype when it's like the.
How can you not get hyped though? Look
like
at that.
the time will be counting down at like 10, and you hear the crowd is going 10, 9, and I was like, oh my god!
You know, it would be awesome if this could be like a VR thing, and like people can join in the audience and wearing VR, watching these things happen and stuff.
Sounds so fun.
That'd be so cool.
That would. I like that idea.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like VR, but in the car. So I'm like, you would throw up.
Yeah.
Because the car's just like giving up the force, and you just jump off, and your car just starts spinning.
You get so lost, and then it's like, oh, the ball. You hit the ball, and it's like, oh, did it go in? And then you just get a shockwave as the goal.
Yeah, like the goal, like when a goal scores, the ball explodes into like particle effects. So it's just, and it just sends out this shockwave. It's like,
And everything goes flying.
all the cars go flying.
I do want to be VR inside the car though, even though I will throw up.
God, that sounds
It'd
awful.
be fun to experience.
I'm pretty tolerant
For
of
like 10
motion
seconds.
sickness stuff, but like that would probably.
No,
Yeah.
it'd be really good as soon as the ball dropped and you run towards it. But as soon as you hit something and you go spinning,
Oh, you go spinning because like like if a car hits you, you'll just go. It's like awesome.
and then it's like, you know what? Got to take this off.
I think the one that would get me would be whenever you just hit X and are going forward, and you just hit forward, you just do a front flip at like forward. I just imagine going like, that would probably get me.
yeah, Rocket League.
No, Rocket League's
Yeah,
super
I-
fun.
I'm-
I
And the
can't wait
be-
to jump in.
Yeah, the beta goes until May 19th, so we still have like
Yeah,
all
I'm,
week-
Yeah.
the
I'm,
whole
just, I'm
weekend.
so hyped for that game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm their unofficial.
Do you know if it's not
announcement.
cross-platform? Is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think so.
Yeah, you need to get PS4.
Rare. It's rare that games are cross-platform.
No, I know. I just didn't know because they are pushing it really well, and it seems like they gotta. Like it looks great.
I mean, they could do it though. Like
No, it's not
Final
that complicated
Fantasy
of a game.
does it with Sony and PC,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it can be done.
That's what I was thinking. Just because it's not that complicated of a game, like even like just people jumping in. The second people jump in, like you see all the cars appearing as people jump
Yeah.
in, and it just starts like 5
Yeah.
seconds later.
Yeah.
It's like it's
and
great.
everyone has fun. I haven't seen any BM yet for this game. It's just like, this was sick.
There's
Ah."
nothing like I was telling you
It's
guys.
just a fun.
You get
time.
scored on, and you're like, dude, that was sick.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't even care that I lost. No, I was like, the first game I played, it was funny. Everyone's like, yeah, like you just see like there's like the little chat, and it's like, yeah, this game's awesome, this game's great, and one guy's like, we got you guys next game. And I was like, because it gives you an option to vote to have a rematch,
yeah.
so you don't just randomly lose that team
Yeah.
you were playing against if it was like a close, good game.
Yeah.
So you can just play them again. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is fun.
You know what else we're jumping into?
What are we jumping into,
That
Down?
ultimate chicken robot.
That ultimate.
I mean chicken horse.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What is this?
So we actually
Ultimate
saw
Chicken
this.
Horse.
We saw this on the channel, the Switcher channel, which is
Yeah.
like the Two Best Friends channel, basically. They were playing this game called Ultimate Chicken Horse, which I believe is on Greenlight, or is it Kickstarter? No, it's Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It's a Kickstarter game that's basically like, horse, the concept of horse. But instead it's like a platformer, and like in each turn, each go, everyone adds more objects that are like death. So like spikes and like projectiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to find it on the channel, but it's really fun.
I have to
awesome
look at
party
that.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, everyone's taken their turn or like died or got to the goal or whatever. Okay, new set of items. New set of items, and it just keeps getting worse. It
I like that.
escalates.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. I want to.
Yeah, we should
Oh,
actually
right.
pick it up and try and we should hook it up to a TV.
Yeah.
And play it.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe we could even do some sort of let's play with it.
I mean, we have our capture card.
Yeah, we
coming
actually have
in.
a capture card now. We're gonna start.
We
putting
can
up
actually
footage.
start doing these party games.
If it's since it's PC,
Oh, we could just do it.
yeah,
now.
we could just do
Yeah,
it now.
well, details. Cut out the middleman.
But we can do console LPs now.
Yeah, we can actually do it. I don't know what we're gonna do. Do you have any ideas of what you want to do first? We haven't really thought about it. This is hearing it here first.
Yeah.
On the podcast. I feel like we should probably pick something either 2-player if we're just gonna play, or because we can do versus stuff too because we have no controllers. So yeah, I don't know. We might pick up something we can play in a day, spread out.
Next time on NGN Podcast.
Yeah, we might have some more actual
decide.
ideas. We can actually tell you hopefully what will be coming up on the website and on the YouTube.
Or it'll just be a surprise
Or it could just be a surprise.
I mean, we can actually start
for
doing
one fan.
We can actually, we can actually start putting polls on the site so that our fan can vote.
Our fan. And done. Ooh, I like that one.
By unanimous
fan,
decision.
we mean-
Unanimous decision.
And by fan, we mean literal fan, so it's gonna point to which is the correct one.
We need to we need to have a cutaway, constantly whenever we talk about this one fan of just this fan.
Oh,
It's over there.
Have you been watching anything? I actually,
Ippo.
Timothy's been,
Timothy's watching Epo.
he talked up the Etotama show.
Edamama.
No, it's Etotama.
Edotama. Okay.
And it's basically a Zodiac show,
Yeah.
but all the Zodiacs are little cute girls. And then
Oh,
there's,
so wait. So you
Yeah.
kind of didn't give me the whole
I didn't give you the
story.
whole thing, but here's the whole thing.
All you needed was that video I showed you. Of the
Honestly,
censorship.
that's what did it for me.
The censorship one.
You never watched the video?
showed it
You don't watch what Timothy
Oh no,
puts
that
on
was
the
that.
video.
That's what that. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what that
that
was.
show.
Okay, I didn't realize these were the same show.
Oh, okay,
He
yeah.
showed me this clip, and I'm like, oh, this clip is really funny. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's what that was.
My brain doesn't link things very well.
But basically, it's a story about the Zodiacs and how they became actual Zodiac gods or whatever. But there are also other little animals that can share the same powers, but they're not official
Wait,
gods.
do they have the traits of the Zodiac?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be?
Yeah.
Okay,
And they're-
that I didn't notice.
It's actually, if you watch the show, you can see it.
Yeah.
They actually act like what their traits
I thought it
supposed
was
to be
gonna
for
be
the
I
Zodiac.
thought it was gonna be physical traits. See, that's what I'm.
There's physical
They have
traits too.
horns and tails and stuff. They look like they're
Oh,
animals.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just saw the girls.
Like rats got little rat ears.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's not like super, but they have it.
This is the kind of rabbit hole or cat hole that I fall down.
You'll like
I
it.
just never come back out.
I
You'll like
also-
it. But basically, the cat wants to be a Zodiac god, but
Fair.
something happened in the past where obviously her and Rat have beef,
Yeah.
but she doesn't know what happened because she has amnesia.
Do you know how long we've been rolling, by the way?
I don't know.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah. We might just do the first topic.
Might have to do a part two. A part two to this. We'll break soon. But
No, I'm saying we might do it. We might just do one topic
okay.
after we wrap up this discussion. We'll
Okay.
take a break. Anyways,
But yeah, she's a cat god and she's trying to become an official Zodiac sign.
Yeah.
And humans give you your little powers to fight and stuff. It's really weird, but it's good.
It's interesting.
It's good.
So wait, there's fights too?
Yes, fights. Okay,
This show sounds awesome.
Okay,
to show you
they
this.
have three physical forms. One is their animal form.
Okay.
Two is like their normal human form, and three is their little chibi
CG chibi form.
little fight form. And like their ears get really small.
Yeah,
and they look
they
like
just-
little
Yeah.
chibi things, and
Oh,
they
God.
duke it out, and it's the cutest thing. And they're not always physical fights. Like one of them was rock paper scissors, and it was the best thing ever. It was the best thing
Like
ever.
the actual physical fights get pretty
So when did
intense.
this
Yeah.
show come out?
It was season.
This season. I don't know when exactly, but they're like 6 episodes deep.
It's right over me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it passed.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like
Everyone.
I only know about it because I saw that clip that I sent you guys.
Oh wow! So you just got.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it
Okay.
passed everyone, but it's actually worth going back and
It's
checking
fun.
out.
It's fun. I only
enjoyed
watched
it.
the first episode. So
Hey, there's
far,
no
but
problem.
Yeah,
with it.
it's good.
I always check out a show if someone recommends it.
I showed Joe Gintama.
Yeah, I'm in on Gintama now. I get why it's funny.
Okay.
I thought it was. I told Dorothy why I never watched this show. I thought it was generic show. I thought it was.
He thought it was generic samurai show.
Okay,
I didn't know. I had no clue.
that's fair.
and then he showed me the clip with the kunai where he blocks
Swats
it.
Oh,
kunai.
And
Yeah.
it goes.
I also showed him the ratings fight, the character ratings.
And then I watched a scene where they were in the bar and they were talking about Vegeta, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, and they were talking about like why he's like a good husband, like why all the girls like him. I'm like, what is happening? This show's awesome. So like, I'm probably gonna watch all of it now.
Yeah.
okay.
Because
You
it's
can
like
just jump in wherever.
it's a lot of things. Well, no, I'm probably just gonna. I'm gonna do it.
I just marathoned
gonna
it
take the
from 1
plunge.
to like the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the plunge.
Okay.
Yeah.
200 whatever episodes.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to
yeah, I didn't know.
the hype train.
And it's like, but it's fun. I just didn't get it because all I see is like this huge episode, like number. I'm like, oh, it's one of those shows.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, why isn't this like a big 3 thing? And I was like, oh, I didn't get it. I'm like, oh, because it's goofy, it's funny, it's meta. I didn't know that.
But yeah.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
So we're just gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna get back for part 2 of our podcast.
Cool.
See you in a bit.
Check.
Go.
Do you know how numbers work? No. Okay.
I know how this works.
Oh. Welcome back, everyone, to the Next Gen Nation podcast. We're here to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, we're back for part 2. So basically we're just gonna be telling you a little bit about ourselves and how our interests have changed
Because we
over
totally
the years.
don't do that all the time.
We
We
don't.
love talking about ourselves.
We never talk about ourselves, and it's our fan needs to know.
Our fan needs to know. It's over there doing its little thing. So like that's cool.
Yep.
That's our fan.
So
Yeah,
I guess I'll get started on this.
I like that. Yeah, how have your tastes changed?
Well,
This is like from childhood to where you are now, I guess. Is
Yeah.
probably what we're gonna say.
well, from childhood. You know what? I know what really happened actually.
Ooh,
The
you got a
internet.
story?
The internet happened. Because growing up, only child, so obviously I don't have people to play too many games with, so I always focused on single player stuff, you know? Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Metal Gear,
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear,
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear,
Metal Gear.
fighting game by myself, beating up that AI.
Yeah, you sure
Beating up-
showed
showing
that
that-
AI
showing that
IA,
AI.
that IA cami.
But yeah, like once the internet happened and they started, implementing online gaming, I find myself getting more into multiplayer stuff. MMOs, fighting games against real people.
I feel like the turning point. This isn't like necessarily personally us, but like for a lot of people, was Xbox Live. Was like a big turning point in like mainstream acceptance of like online gaming with like
Yeah.
Halo and stuff. That's when the push started.
When the push started happening. But I mean, there was still PC stuff, and I really didn't play it all that much. But it's like once I got a PS3, I found myself playing with people more. Because I didn't have Xbox, so I didn't do Xbox Live thing at all.
Yeah, and the PlayStation you need the adapter, which I never got.
Oh yeah, that was a thing, huh?
I think that's
Yeah.
part of why a lot of PlayStation kids that like grew up were more into like single player or like just split screen.
Yeah.
Because like you had to buy that dumb adapter, and I was like another $45 out of pocket, and it wasn't built into the system.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I went strictly single player until the Wi-Fi happened.
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi happened.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was actually kind of the opposite.
Yeah, you always tell me when you grew up you were more of like an MMO guy, right?
Yeah, like growing up, I only played MMOs. I didn't really play a lot of. I did play some console or handheld stuff, but like I was mostly just playing MMOs, just like jumping from one MMO to another MMO and all that stuff. But like as I grew older, I started liking playing by myself a little bit more, just because I'm more efficient that way.
More efficient.
More efficient, so I can actually like sit through and like enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I'm playing with other
Well,
people,
you're relying on other people.
not
Not like
not really just that, but like it sort of like separates me from the game when I have people talking in my ear all the time.
I get you.
know what I mean?
I get you.
That's fair.
Like when we play with Arnold in Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah, like
A little bit like
yeah,
No, I get what you're
because like Bloodborne, like I like sitting and taking the scenery because it's a gorgeous game.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of lore stuff, and I want to learn the lore stuff.
That's what, yeah, like a lot of it I was playing through single. Like, I didn't bring you in until I, like, needed you. I feel like that. I feel like you were the same way. You didn't really want to bring people in that
Yeah.
often. So I get that.
Although I'm low on insight and I need insight.
Yeah. Now at this point, I mean, this part on a second playthrough. Anyways, anyways, back to what we were talking about. No, I totally get where you're coming from. I feel like, like growing up, you have more time. Like when you're a kid, you have more time to dedicate to MMOs too.
That's
I
why
think it's
I
like a
turned.
big thing.
That's what the opposite happened for me for that reason, like a time thing, like
Yeah.
because
Well, I think
for
what you
single
did
player,
was
for me for single player, I was playing games that were long. Final Fantasy,
we had a
Metal
very similar,
Gear.
we had a very similar.
I played
upbringing,
games
I
that
think.
took like I had to sit there and be there for hours at a time, and then college happened. And I was like, I don't have all this time to be doing. I can't go through all these stories, and by the time I can come back, I'm like, okay, I have no idea what I was doing last, and like the story is like completely gone. Like that happened to me. I tried to do Bravely Default, and
You see, yeah, it's just like a
And I was
time
like,
that, like committing to that one. Like I think what you do now is you kind of commit to your MMOs, at the expense of a lot of other games.
well, the thing with the MMOs and stuff, I don't really have to pay attention to the story to keep up. I can just
I
get
know.
straight into
that's what
like
I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you don't take.
like
There's
months.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no,
I actually
no.
appreciate that you talk about MMOs more because, like at this point, we don't do that as much, so it's a blind side on our part.
Yeah.
I tried to, and then I can't.
It's a time thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna dedicate yourself usually to an MMO, it's not just the story and like remembering the story and stuff. It's just dedicating time to like actually finishing it or like continuing in the game.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned that last week with Birth by Sleep. That's
Yeah,
that's not even one of the long
That's
Kingdom
not
Heart
even long.
ones, and I can't
It's not
even
even long.
can't even finish that. Like
It's so close.
it's gotten that
It's
bad.
portable. It is. It's carrying with you.
But yeah, that's what it's come to that point where like I'm still really interested in them, but it's like if I don't have the time, it'll take me a very long time before I finally sit down and play one. And it's like, oh, this game's been out for months, but I still.
Yeah, it just sits there.
Yeah.
And that's where like the backlog thing comes in of like, oh, I have I love and hate like games for gold and like PlayStation Plus bonus games that you get like free games every month because they just start piling up and you're like, oh, that sounds really fun. You never get to it.
Yeah.
Like I have like Velocity 2X that we got. Like I think you have it probably still. You have it too.
Yeah, in my library. I haven't
And it
touched
just. And it's a great game, and it's got amazing music. I actually bought a lot of the music to like financially support the game. I didn't feel like I directly contributed to it enough. And I played like 10 levels, and they're not long levels. They're like 2 or 3 minute levels.
That's really short.
And like there's like a good amount of them, but it's like I felt like I had to move on to more games,
Yeah.
and I didn't get to go back to it.
Priorities.
Yeah, it's not even. It's like life and everything.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
backlogging is so real to me now. Like,
Yeah.
but only for single player stuff.
Yeah, like, I
Yeah,
think,
and then like it'll sit there for like a long time, and then you'll be like, I don't really want to play this anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing too. We've become more discerning as like, because when we were kids, the games we had were the games we had. Typically, I mean, you get Christmas money or whatever,
Yeah.
birthday money, and you can go out and buy some games. But like usually, you had what you had. So like you wanted to play longer games. You wanted to get bigger games like Final Fantasies and Kingdom Hearts and stuff because you knew that was your game
Yeah.
for like 3 months. That was your jam.
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, I totally get it. I think it's a big deal too. For me, as I've grown older, I've moved away some from longer games. Like I'll still commit. Like we've been playing Bloodborne for a while now, like,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I will commit to a few games every once in a while, but they have to be so exceptional. But nowadays, I usually play a lot more multiplayer games because as you guys know, I'm more of a competitive person.
Yeah.
It just happens. It's fine. I get it. I don't feel bad when people say that.
Joe's already starting his Rocket League
I'm
game.
figuring it out. We're gonna get the tech down.
He's already
we're
got
gonna
his
be doing
crew
jump
ready.
canceling,
Way
He knows,
down.
wave dashing.
he knows the tier levels of the cars already.
There's car tier levels. They're all the same car, but there's tier levels for colors. The paint weighs them down. But no, I feel like picking up a multiplayer game now, playing with friends. Not so much you, because you are more of a single player person still. I think you enjoy those experiences more. But I like competing with people, and it's less time investment, like initial
Yeah.
time investment. I don't have to dedicate like 30 hours to experience to like get that out of multiplayer. Like Rocket League, I just played for half an hour last night
Yeah.
with the beta, and I felt like I was fulfilled. I want to play more, but like I felt like that was a fulfilling experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get enough rounds in
Yeah.
in such a short amount of time. Where it's like for single player games, it's like, okay, what's my goal? I have to find this.
Yeah.
And that can take 30 minutes. And you've only done one thing the
And
whole
I feel
time.
like I don't progress in those games. Like, I know I'm doing stuff. I know I'm making progress. I don't feel like I did something that much, though.
Right.
You know what also happened to me? I became a perfectionist. I don't want to just go through the story. I want to look around and I want to find stuff.
I do
and
that.
I think my cutoff for that was Arkham City. That's where I
didn't
cut
do
it
it for
off.
Arkham City. I didn't do it for Arkham City because I didn't want to. I just didn't think it was worth it.
Well,
Like
I mean, well,
I
what is-
loved
what
I
is
loved
the
the
definition of
riddles.
that?
Like I loved the riddles in Arkham Asylum because they were actual riddles and I had
Yeah.
to think. And I was like, oh
No, there's
wow,
still
this
plenty
is
of
like
them.
actual lore. This is DC stuff. And I was like, oh, that's for this certain character and they're in cell block blah blah blah. I remember seeing that when I did this and I would go back and see it and oh awesome.
Awesome.
But now for
Metroid.
Arkham City, it's like, oh, there's a riddle symbol behind the gate.
Go hit the button.
Use your
then use
batarang
the
to hit the
batarang,
button.
Yeah.
And there's like 100 of these, and I'm like, that's not exciting. That's
Have
just
fun.
Yeah, like with me, like I'm not a completionist, but I have to look everywhere.
Yeah, you're a looker.
Because I'm
I'm a looker.
Hey.
I get that from playing Pokemon, because going into all the buildings and stuff and talking to all the NPCs, you get stuff.
Yeah, that's what I did for Pokemon. I can't play Pokemon because I do that.
Yeah,
no.
but like now, like that's transferred over to like every other game I play.
I felt like our perfect storm of this, of like our taste, was when we did Revelations 2.
Oh.
And you're like Moira, and you're just looking for
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff and
yeah,
using
like
your
like
flashlight.
I'd be like ding, oh.
Thing. And like Timothy loved that.
No, when I got
and
the
then
little-
like I'm over off in the corner being like super hard ass guy trying to shoot
No,
everything.
when
and
you
Timothy's over there going ding.
I'm like
When
finding
you
all these
had me
things that Joe
switch
doesn't
off,
even
no, when you
notice.
had me switch off and like
Well, I
play the
can't
little
play the
girl, like the very first thing I did was turn my flashlight and just start looking for stuff in the
yeah,
corners.
it's so fun. It's
And it's
really
like
fun.
that's what I do. I'm just like, okay, let me find everything, then I'll do the main goal for the
Yeah,
area.
that was awesome. I
and
think
it takes so long now, and I don't have the time.
that was
I
like
just
the
don't get it.
perfect storm of like everything we like to do in a game. I thought that was so funny.
But yeah, my tastes have changed, but like my desire to play single player hasn't like dwindled at all. It's just the time isn't there
Yeah.
as
I
much as it used
still
to
like
be.
to play multiplayer games. I just don't have a lot of multiplayer games.
Like when
to
I have
play.
breaks,
I think
I'll-
right now that's part of really PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox One's fault. I mean, like if you go to Xbox One, you have like Halo.
But like even PS3 games, I don't have a lot of multiplayer PS3 games.
Well, I mean, Sony's always pushed single player.
yeah, Sony
They
was
just
my
push single
system because they had so many
true.
single
That's
player
true.
titles.
Because if you look
Very
at their exclusive, it's except for like Little Big Planet, you have Uncharted, which has multiplayer. You have
Does it?
see exactly Uncharted 2 and 3 have multiplayer and co-op.
Didn't even know that.
See,
Last of
don't,
Us.
Last of Us is
I
multiplayer,
played through that game
which is
so
actually very
much.
good
Yeah.
multiplayer. That's exceptional. But
Yeah, I
you
saw the
don't.
multiplayer for that.
Well,
don't
you're
play
not
Last
good
of
at it apparently. Your
We
words.
played it a couple times together.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like a while.
Yeah.
Now I remember that.
And I sucked.
Yeah, I think I was. I don't think I got mad at you, but I was like, yeah, we should probably just stop.
I
It
suck.
got to that point.
It's that bad.
You're like,
Well, no, because like Last of Us is like super competitive, like multiplayer wise, because it's very tactical. It's very slow and plotting. Like, and you kind of have to stick together. You can't Rambo it at all.
Good.
You will lose.
Good.
Well, it's work like bullets, basically.
Okay.
They work like they're supposed to. It's a very interesting take on multiplayer, especially nowadays where you have the Call of Duties and the Halos, and everyone's,
When you have Juggernaut and you can just
yeah.
come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. Yeah. No, it's very different kind of pacing. I feel like that's actually a really good example of like a blending of like single player and multiplayer because all of the skills just carry right over. You don't like you just feel like you're in a group of.
You know which
goals.
multiplayer I did like? That was a single player game.
Sure.
4, Metal Gear Solid 4.
I love.
I love that multiplayer personally.
4 was great. I mean, obviously it's the nature
Like
of the business.
like they had the TDM stuff, but I liked when like you can play as Snake and you had to sneak around and kill everyone.
yeah.
That was my. I love
Yeah,
that.
I know it's the nature of the business that you had to like shut down servers, but I was like really sad when they shut down like last year.
that was unfortunate, but
Yeah, I just love that.
It is
you,
what
like,
it is.
Like they didn't hold back on like what skills you could use. So I'm really excited for a Phantom Pain to see because like you could like grab somebody and like pull your gun out and like aim it at other people while you're holding a human player hostage.
yeah.
I watched a couple clips of Metal Gear. Does everybody strike a pose in that game?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I was
something-
watching that guy, and then like
Revolver,
Revolver
yeah,
also.
yeah, and
That's
then
the
like he would
best-
strike
the
like
best-
that
You're pretty
pose.
good.
That's the one.
Yeah.
My heart soared. Like, oh, that Metal Gear 4. Okay, this is going into like.
Yeah, Metal Gear.
If you haven't seen it by now, it's your fault. But these are spoilers.
Oh,
No, at the very end, like his final words.
Oh, I feel like you're pretty good.
You're just like your
because
father.
you're just like,
You're pretty good.
well, yeah, because because Ocelot comes out for like that. You good? Ocelot comes out for like that 2 seconds. So
No,
it's like,
yeah, I know.
Down with these covering his ears. Yeah,
Because he has plans to actually go through it, but you'll
oh,
understand.
that's
You'll
adorable that you think
understand.
you're just gonna go through it. Where's
He's a single player person. He can do it. He
I
can do
know.
it.
I want him to play Solid because Solid's my favorite game.
I want you to play all of it.
I want to play Solid, and I want him to play.
I want you to play 3.
I want him to
For
play
sure.
3. You should we've talked about this preparation.
I would
Phantom
tell you
Pain
about
prep
2
plan.
just to spare you playing 2.
Yeah, you really don't. 2 has cool bosses, but like they're even
Yeah,
still
I
they're
like the
kind of
bosses,
derivative
but it was
of
like,
like 1's
and I mean,
bosses.
2, one of them is coming back. Like, you're never gonna. You won't know. I'll have you skip it, but you don't remember 2? 2 and 4 had a similar boss.
I thought you were saying like in Phantom Pain. I'm like, who?
Oh no! Oh, that would be amazing.
That'd be
though.
amazing because they'd be like babies.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you need to. If you're gonna play, you're gonna get Phantom Pain, or are you just thinking about it?
I'm thinking about it.
Because your prep plan is 3 in Peace Walker, basically. That's what you need.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
If you
no,
want to
if you're getting ready
distill
for
it
Phantom
down,
Pain, then yeah, just play that.
like
But,
you won't get all the references that are in 3 that are mostly the references to 1.
Which was first? Peace Walker or
Are we talking about like
3 in the
chronologically?
timeline?
Chronologically, it goes.
It was 3 then
If
Peace
you want me to do
Walker,
all
right?
of them, it's 3. Then I believe it's Acid 1 and 2. Then Peace Walker.
Yeah.
Then 1, 2,
2, 4.
4. And then Phantom Pain is after Peace Walker, so it's like before 1. It's like in between, like the 80s, in between. And then Peace Walker, and then 1 supposedly takes place in like 2005.
Really?
That's in 2005. They have like slightly futuristic technology.
Okay.
It's weird and then they have 90s haircuts.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
That's how the future works in these kind of things, though.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I like that we got to talk a little bit about our old games that we liked. But it's also nice to see where how we
wait, what was it? Because Ratchet and Clank is getting a movie. They announced the voice cast, the voice acting for it.
Oh, did they?
And it was like John Goodman and a couple other guys. It was like,
I think Paul Giamatti's on it. Which
yeah,
I actually
Paul
like.
Giamatti.
Well,
Paul Giamatti, John Goodman.
Yeah, it takes,
and then
takes
there
talent
was,
to get Paul Giamatti at this point
Yeah.
for stuff, so I'm actually excited.
like, it's actually shaping up. They're really gonna work on this
Hey,
Ratchet and
guys.
Clank. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, they're really, like, they're working on this.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
it's
okay.
like they delayed it, but I'd rather they put in the time.
Yeah, and it looks like they're definitely like scouting out and trying to find people that really fit for this.
Now, are you excited for the gritty first-person reboot for the Ratchet and Clank franchise?
I hope it's not first person out. I'd be so destroyed. I'd be so destroyed.
Anyways, well, thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of the Next Gen Nation podcast. If you'd like to check out more of our stuff, you can go to www.next-gennation.com. You go to our YouTube, Next Gen Nation.
Next-Gen
Next-Gen Nation. You can check
Official.
out our Facebook. We're Facebook official.
We're YouTube official.
I got it in there. Okay. You can check out our Facebook, Next Gen Nation group. I got there?
Yeah.
I did it?
Yeah.
I'm getting better. Okay.
Check you out, Joe.
Hey.
Check you out.
Yeah, and I guess
Flex. Yeah.
guess we'll check you guys out next time. See ya.
Check you out.
Checking you out. Hey.